Simply Food by TY.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Simply Food by TY. So look, today I am going to be making coquito, which is pretty much Puerto Rican eggnog, except I don't put egg in mine. Shh, don't tell anyone, okay? Now look, I just want to go over the ingredients that I use. I have 6 cans of coconut milk, 2 cans of crema de coco, which is cream of coconut. I have 2 cans of evaporated milk, 2 cans of sweetened condensed milk, of course, the Bacardi. Now listen, most people typically make theirs with Bacardi 151. Sadly, I went to the liquor store and found out that Bacardi 151 is now illegal. So I got Bacardi Gold, so it'll still be good. For our tea brine, I have 1 packet of star anise, 1 packet of cloves, and 1 packet of cinnamon. And I'll go deeper into how we're gonna make the tea in a few moments. So for now, stick with me, come on back, and I'll see you guys in a few seconds, and we're gonna start making our coquito. Alrighty everyone, so we're back. So right now what we're going to focus on is making our tea. So I'm going to be adding in 2 full cups of water to our pan here. And to this pan, I am also going to add in the entire pack of the cinnamon sticks, as I said before. We're gonna add in the entire pack. So we're gonna put this entire pack in. Throw those right on in there. We're gonna also add in our entire pack of our star anise. Throw those in, and we're gonna bring this up to a boil. So get that going. We're also gonna add in our entire pack of our cloves. We're gonna let this come up to a boil, and then once it turns a beautiful golden brown color, that's when we know it's ready. And then we're gonna switch it over once it reduces to about 1 cup. We'll put it back in the measuring cup and then let it chill for about a half an hour. And then we'll come back and get on to the next step. I'll see you soon. Alrighty, you guys, we are back, and my goodness, does this smell amazing. So as you can see, this has only been boiling for, I say, maybe a minute or so. And it's already slightly starting to turn a tint to brown. So like I said, we're just gonna let that go for, a few more minutes until we get it to the color that we really, really want. And then after that, we'll take it out. And then we're gonna put it into our pan. So like I said, we really want this to reduce down to about 1 cup. And from what I've been told, and from all of, the coquitos that I've ever tried in my life, I've been told that this is the most important step to making a really good one. So like I said, we're gonna keep letting that go, and then when I come back, you guys, our brine will be ready, and then I will show you what the final color should look like. Alrighty guys, so as you can see, our tea is now turning into a beautiful caramel color. So we are almost about at the finish line. So this has been going for, I say, about maybe 10 or 15 minutes at a steady boil. And it looks like it's reduced to about 1 cup. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get ready to pull this out. I'm going to put it into a little bowl, and I'm going to sit it to the side for about 10 minutes so that it can get room temperature, and then I'm going to pop it in the fridge so that it can get nice and cold. But let me just give you guys a nice close-up here so you can see that beautiful coloring. Just look how stunning that looks. Absolutely delicious. So like I said, I'm going to switch this over into a bowl now so that that can cool off. I'm going to put it through a strainer. That way we don't get any little, bits in it. And then when we come back, when you guys come back with me, you'll see me starting to put the coquito together. I'll see you soon. Alrighty guys, so as you can see, I have my strainer here. And what I'm going to do, like I said, is I'm just going to go ahead and pour in our tea mixture right into this measuring cup. And the reason why I'm putting it in the strainer is so that we don't, get any little bits of cloves. And hopefully, guys, if we did this right, we'll have roughly about 1 cup. You want to do this long enough so that it reduces to about 1 cup. And you guys, I think we did it. So that's pretty much all of the liquid there. We're going to strain that off. And look at that. We have exactly 1 cup. So we've strained all of that off. We can put that over to the side now that we're done. And as you guys can see, we have about 1 cup. So now I'm going to put this over to the side, let this get to about room temperature for about 10 minutes, and then I'll pop it into the freezer. We're not trying to get it completely cold, but just cool enough so that it doesn't cook anything inside of our coquito. Alrighty guys, so we are back. So now what we're going to focus on is getting all of our cans of our coconut milk and our crema de coco, the sweetened condensed milk, and the evaporated milk all inside of this big bowl. If you have a large pot, that also works as well. So for now, we're just gonna move the Bacardi out of the way. So let's just get to opening. Let's put in our crema de coco. So like I said, if you have a large pan or a large, pot, just, put it on in there. Just gonna put it all right inside of this pot here. And you wanna make sure you get all of that goodness out of this can. Okay. I'm gonna get that all out. Alrighty. I hope you guys are having a lovely holiday season thus far. If you guys have never had this, make it. I'm trying to tell you. You and your family, honey, will be turned. I have a little bowl over here that I'm putting everything in, just to get it all going. And remember, cream of coconut and coconut milk are not the same thing, guys. So make sure that you're getting cream of coconut and coconut milk. Two different things. And if you have an immersion blender, or if you have, an industrial size blender at your house, that'll be a good way to mix this all up. Okay. Got that all in there. Alrighty, now we're gonna start adding in our coconut milk. It's funny, for those who don't follow my normal channel, I am a performer, and I do a show that's called In the Heights, and In the Heights we reference Coquito a lot in the show. And strangely enough, after my third time doing the show, that was my first time actually tasting it. My director, Marco Santana, he brought some in, and I fell in love with it. So I said, you know what, this year I have to make some. And it's weird because I'm not too keen on the regular eggnog. The thought of just drinking raw eggs kind of freaks me out a little bit. So I've kind of never been too keen on that. You know what I mean? So this is delicious, and it's really nice and sweet. This is a good recipe, you guys. Like I said, if you have a large pot, that'll be ideal. I'm hoping that I can actually fit all of this in this daggone bowl, but it looks like we're gonna be okay, because we do want to blend this up a little bit just to make sure it's nice and smooth. So like I said, right now I'm adding in the 6 cans of the coconut milk. And this should fill up about, maybe about 3 wine bottles worth. One of my friends that makes this, he like triples this recipe. Not this particular recipe, but I mean, he makes a lot. So, but this should do about 3 wine bottles. So it should be all right. Okay, we're getting down to our last can of the coconut milk here. So we're gonna put this one in, then we have one more coconut milk. I'm over here making a mess, you guys, but that's okay. That's quite all right. Let me go grab a napkin really quick. I'll be right back. All right, you guys, I'm back. Okay, so we're gonna put in the last can of the coconut milk now. And honestly, after we put in the 2 cans of the condensed milk and the evaporated milk, you add in the tea and the Bacardi, and that's it. This is not like a complicated process at all. It's pretty simple, honestly. Oh my gosh, I didn't drop the damn thing in it. Okay. Now, as you guys, I don't know if you guys can see, but this is a pretty large bowl that I have here. We're getting close to the edge, but we're gonna make it. So it's all right. So now I'm about to add in the 2 cans of the evaporated milk. It's funny, my grandmother used to put this stuff in her coffee sometimes. I never really understood it. But I also know people that put like pet milk and stuff in their macaroni and cheese. So we're adding in the 2 cans of the evaporated milk and the sweetened condensed milk. Now, these last 4 components is what makes it sweet. So if you are not someone that likes, you know, a lot of sweetness in their drinks, then just use 1 can of each. Or, you know, test it out and see how much sugar you really want in it. Because you're not, you know, adding actual sugar. You're just adding in these cans. Okay, this is the 2nd can of the evaporated milk. Now we're gonna add in our 2 cans of the sweetened condensed milk. Now this is the reason why you wanna make sure you have your spatula, because this stuff is pretty daggone thick. So it's gonna try to stick to your, it's gonna try to stick to the pan. I wish you guys could smell the inside of this house. The cloves have the entire house smelling divine. Okay, so let me just pop this top open really quick. Okay. Da, 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 da. See how it's trying to make a mess? So now we're just adding in our 2 cans of our sweetened condensed milk. But first, you guys, I gotta get this daggone top. There we go. There we go. Now y'all can see the action. So we're putting in 2 cans of the sweetened condensed milk. And you want to get all of that goodness out. Okay. And so, like I said, you know, once you got your tea mixture to about room temperature, don't forget to pop it in the freezer. It's not because you're trying to get it completely cool, but you want it cool enough so that when you put it inside of this coconut milk, you know, for the people who usually put egg in there, so you don't want it to cook it, you know. It could mess up the temperature. So we've put that in. We now have 1 more can to add of the sweetened condensed milk. Okay. I hope everyone is having a lovely holiday. Alright, let's get these in there. Okay, so now we just gotta pop this top open, and then we're gonna pour this last can in. This stuff is thick, you guys. Okay, so this is the last can of our sweetened condensed milk. So just a quick rundown of the ingredients again. It was 6 cans of coconut milk, 2 cans of crema de coco, which is cream of coconut, 2 cans of sweetened condensed milk, 2 cans of evaporated milk. You had 1 packet of cloves, 1 packet of star anise, 1 packet of cinnamon sticks. We took all of those, the cinnamon, the star anise, and the cloves. We put that into 2 cups of water, and we let that reduce down to about 1 cup on a steady boil. And now we've just put in all of our cans. And then I know you guys are waiting for the main attraction, which is that Bacardi. But don't worry, we'll get to that in a moment. Okay. So you guys, I am going to clean up, get all of these cans out of my way, and then when we come back, we will be putting in our tea brine, and then we'll also add in the Bacardi, and then I will show you guys how we put it in the bottles. I'll see you soon. All right, y'all, welcome back. So look, so now we are in the final stages, honey. It is now time to get ready to get fucked up. I'm just kidding. So look, we have everything in the bowl here. You guys saw everything, all of the ingredients. The only thing we're missing in the bowl right now, of course, is the Bacardi and our tea mixture. I still have the tea over in the freezer. So what we're going to do now, there's multiple ways you can do this. I have an immersion blender here. You can use a wooden spoon, or you can use a blender. Or you can, just use your hands. I mean, don't get caught up in what utensils you have. You know what I mean? Just make it work. And this is honestly just so that it can be nice and smooth. Because the sweetened condensed milk is pretty thick, so it'll just kind of just sit in one place. So right now what we're focusing on is just getting everything nicely blended. So what I'm going to do first is just start to get this mixed in. And right now, like I said, I'm just trying to get it all nicely mixed in. That's, as you can hear, if you guys can hear at all, that evaporated milk and the sweetened condensed milk is clearly just sitting at the bottom. That's why it sounds so thick in certain areas. So we're just trying to run this through the entire bowl to get it all nicely mixed in. We don't want any one area to just have the sweetened condensed milk. And this makes it nice and smooth. And I'm doing this before we add in the tea, because we're going to do it for a few more minutes when we have the tea, which will also loosen it up as well. And if you want and if you have it, you can always put an extra stick of cinnamon in each bottle, but that's completely up to you. Sometimes the cinnamon, depending on upon how long you want it to sit in the bottles, it could be a bit too much after a while. So this is starting to look lovely. And don't worry, guys, I'll give you guys a close-up view in a moment. Okay. Alrighty, this smells so good, y'all. Oh my goodness. I hope you guys try this recipe. I promise you. You and your friends and family will thank me. Alrighty, so now I'm just going to get the wooden spoon and just run it around. Yeah, see, this is nice and smooth now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to the freezer and I'm going to get our tea mixture and I'm going to add that in there. So let me go on over and get that. And the other reason why you want to put this in the blender or use your spoon or whatever the case is because the crema de coco can sometimes have chunks in it, and you want to smooth all of that out. So let me go over to the freezer, grab our tea mixture, and then we're going to keep going. Because, y'all, I'm ready to put this in bottles, honey. And like I said, the tea mixture doesn't have to be ice cold, but you also don't want it to be boiling either. So like I said, this reduced down to about 1 cup. So now we're going to go ahead and add our tea mixture into the coquito. And I'm telling you, adding that in there just took this to a whole different level. So we're going to go ahead and mix this up a little more. Get that tea mix all up and through that. Okay. Getting it nicely mixed, And like I said, if you have a blender, you can do all of this in a blender. Don't even use a bowl, you know what I mean? Especially if you're not going to make as much as I'm making. And if you guys want to put egg in it, by all means do so. You can add about 4 to 5 egg yolks. Not egg whites, egg yolks. I don't put egg in mine. Okay. This is looking delicious. Alrighty, so now what I'm going to do, y'all know what I'm about to do, right? It's time to put in that pecan. Okay. So now, what we're going to do is put in 2 cups of Bacardi. 2 cups, people. We're not playing no games around here. So let me just put this in here so you guys can see. We're putting in 2 cups. If you want more, put more. But I'm only going to put in 2 cups, and then I'll taste it, and then I'll see. Because like I said, this will get stronger the longer it sits. So that was a little more than half of the bottle. So now we're gonna put in our 2 cups of Bacardi. You guys, this bowl was actually the perfect size. The perfect size, okay? And then we're gonna give this another mixing. Make sure you're holding your bowl when you're doing this, you guys. Gonna get that nicely mixed in. And let me show you guys here so you guys can see. So now you guys can see how smooth that is. Okay? Alrighty. Oh my God, it smells so good. Okay, so now we're about to give this a taste to see if the 2 cups was enough or we might have just killed the entire family. But baby, I'ma drink it anyway. Hey, glory. Some people do 1.5 cups, but then they always end up putting more in it. I'm trying not to beat around the bush, honey. I just wanna get us to the finish line. You know what I mean? Let me grab a spoon real quick and give this a taste. And let's see what we're working with. And the colder this gets, the sweeter it's gonna get. Oh my God. Okay, here we go, you guys. Now, you know that don't make no damn sense. Hey, my God. Let me tell you something. That is so damn good. Whew. Hey. But guess what? Y'all know what I'm about to do, right? You know what I'm about to do. I'm about to add in another cup. Actually, to hell with that, yeah. So, this is, let's see, what size ounce bottle? This is a 750 milliliter bottle of Bacardi. I put the whole bottle. The whole bottle. Hey, glory! Put it all in there, see? Now, see, if this was Bacardi 151, now wait a damn minute. I've been and killed somebody. But it's not that. You know what I mean? So just going to give this another mix. And if you guys want it sweeter, by all means, add in another can of sweetened condensed milk. But remember, it will get sweeter as it sits in the fridge. So be mindful of that. When this is nice and cold, you guys, oh my goodness. Okay. So this is probably perfect now. Let's give it another taste. That's it. That's it. As my friend Robin would say, that's it. Ooh, yes. Oh my God, that's delicious. Okay. So now, you guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move us back over to where we were at the table, and I'll show you guys how I put this in bottles. I'll see y'all in a minute, okay? Hey, y'all. Okay, so we're back. So what I'm going to do now is show you guys how I put mine in the bottle. Now, if you have a funnel, by all means use a funnel. That is going to be the easiest way. I don't have one, so I'm not going to stress about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my mixture, set it over to the side. Over here, I have a bowl that I am going, just so you know, just a regular bowl that I'm going to put in front of me. I'm going to take my bottles. The first thing I'm going to do, of course, is take the top off. Since I just emptied out this bottle, I'm going to just put it right in here. Okay? And then as I pour the mixture in, I'm just going to make sure that I have the bottle over another bowl, because waste not, want not. Okay? So anything that falls back into this bowl will be getting used. So let me, hold on, wait. I had to make sure I had on clothing, darling, before I unrobed. So let me open this up, because I don't want this crap getting on my sleeves. So I'm going to put this in here, like so. Let that drip off. And then I'm just going to tilt it over, and I'm just going to take my time, y'all. And I'm just going to add it to the bottles, just like that. And if you take your time, do it nice and slowly, honest to goodness, you will not have a mess. This is just a little bit longer, of course, because you don't have a funnel. But you're meant to do this with your friends and family. So, if it takes some time, have a kiki. You know what I mean? But as you can see, I've already started filling up this bottle, and it's looking lovely. And I've barely wasted any, actually, which is great. And the thing is that you don't want to fill up your measuring cup the entire way. That'll also help it not make a mess everywhere. You just want to keep it even and steady. So I'm going to do this one just so you guys can see me do it. And then I'm going to get them all done, and then I'll come back and show you how many bottles this recipe made. But let me just finish off this one so you guys can see that it is possible to do it without a funnel, without a bunch of equipment. You know what I mean? Guys, when I tell y'all, this smells so daggone good. And we're only going to put just a little more in this one. Okay? Just a little bit. Boom. Our first bottle of our Coquito is done. Boom. And just like that, you guys, you've made your own Coquito. Yes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the rest of the bottles. And then when I come back, I'll show you how many bottles it made. And then I'm going to sign off. So I'll see you guys in a minute. Alrighty, you guys. So as you guys can see, this recipe has made 6 bottles. And one of them is a 1.5 liter. That Cabernet Sauvignon bottle, that's a 1.5 liter. That just goes to show how much this recipe makes. So there you guys have it. There is my Coquito. I hope you guys have a fabulous, fabulous Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Feliz Navidad. Just live your best life, and I hope you guys have a fantastic new year. If you guys try out this recipe, by all means, make sure you tag me, Simply Food by TY, and let me know what you guys think. Until next time, as y'all always know, stay cute and take care. Bye.
Simply Food by TY.